What's up, good folks? Welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Bernicia, and we're here today with another Baddies East episode recap. All right, so guys, if you're new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. While you're at it, go ahead and hit the like button because we're going to have some fun here today. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is this fight between N.E.X.T and DJ Sky. Now, the girls are getting ready to leave, and they're heading to the next city, right? So here goes Natalie. Natalie's like, okay, anybody who wants to call out their beefs and handle it before we get to the next city, go ahead and just deal with it. Let's fight it out. Okay, we're going to resolve the issue. Okay, so that's Natalie trying to get everybody to handle whatever issues they have because according to her, she don't want them fighting on the road. All right. So, what's her name? Scotty decides to call out N.E.X.T because I guess whatever issues that she had with N.E.X.T is still unresolved. According to her, every time they fight, N.E.X.T still talks shit. So she's like, okay, well, what's the real beef? Because, like, we don't fought and you still got some shit to say. Side note, I hate bitches like that. Like, once I beat your ass one time, just shut the fuck up. Like, people like that, you have to put a muzzle on them. Girl, you should have kicked her damn teeth out the first time. She would have stopped talking. But with that being said, N.E.X.T like, oh, well, come on, I don't know what the issue is, da-da-da-da-da-da. Meanwhile, while they're talking, because Scotty was doing a lot of fucking talking, while they're talking, DJ Sky comes out of nowhere and just, boom, comes at N.E.X.T. So then them two start fighting. So this whole thing with N.E.X.T and DJ Sky is crazy to me, okay? So DJ Sky hit up Natalie and asked her, can she come get her issue off with N.E.X.T? Now, at first, DJ Sky told Natalie that N.E.X.T has been talking shit about her on social media, so that's why she wanted to confront her or whatever, whoop-de-whoop. But once the girls fought, because mind you, they had fought like 3 times, okay? So the first time, they fought like 2 or 3 times, and security kept breaking them up. But I'm not going to lie, N.E.X.T got the best of those fights. I'm sorry, DJ Sky cannot fight. The bitch was swinging and then turning around. Like, how you going to swing and then immediately turn around? Like, is you waiting for a bitch to punch you? Like, that's what you're waiting for? But anyway, there was a point when they stopped fighting. DJ Sky went in the house, right? So Rolly's in there like, just go ahead and go out there and fight her. Like, she's helping her put her hair up and stuff. She's like, just go handle that shit. Go fight her. And so DJ Sky's like, I don't even know what the problem is. I'm here fighting about Krishan. And I was just like, hold up. Didn't you tell Natalie that you was here to fight because of shit that N.E.X.T said to you? I'm confused. You know what I think it is? I think DJ Sky thought she was just going to come in, swoop in, and do her big one, and let that be that. But she didn't expect N.E.X.T little ass to be able to whoop her ass, okay? I'm sorry, but N.E.X.T won this. And so she didn't want to fight again that last round. N.E.X.T said she ain't getting on that sprint event until they fight. And DJ Sky didn't even want to fight the last time, okay? So they managed to make her ass get back outside and fight. And she's hollering about, it's because of Krishan or whatever. But my thing is, I have yet to see Krishan defend DJ Sky on any level. Like, if they are friends or whatever the case is with them two, I've yet to see Krishan defend her at all. And not to mention the fact that Krishan had already left and went home. So why is you here trying to fight a battle for a bitch that's not even here? So my thing is, you got your ass whooped. Now you want to claim that you're fighting for no reason. No, bitch, you shouldn't have brought your ass there in the first place. You the DJ. Stay where it was safe at, behind that DJ booth. At this point, I'm feeling a little bad for Ahna because she just got people coming for her left and right, And honestly, I don't even understand why DJ Sky is upset, but hey, it is what it is. So she got her ass whooped like 3 times. So we're going to move on to the next topic, okay? We're going to talk about Scotty in this T situation. So, Scotty and T. So, after Scotty, she called out N.E.X.T, but DJ Sky took off on N.E.X.T. So, them two had that situation. So, she was like, well, anyway, where's T? And so, she went to calling out T. She was like, basically, I felt disrespected when you screamed and yelled at me on the van. for no reason. Like you was coming at me crazy and what whoop to whoop. Now, for those of you who haven't been watching this show, previously, after the whole situation went down with Woah Vicky, I guess T felt some kind of way about it, so she just went to going off on the sprinter van while they was explaining what happened to Natalie. And so then Scotty was just like, well, calm down, you know. And so T fired off on her, went to screaming and yelling, telling her to shut the fuck up and don't talk to her and stuff like that, which most people felt like that shit was fucked up, okay? But, you know, Scotty let it go for the time being. So I believe like her calling her out at this point was just basically like, bitch, you tried me, you know, and I'm still not over it. I still have some type of feelings towards you. I want to deal with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, T goes on to like, okay, well, you was dancing to my music at the club right after that. Like, I thought this situation was over. It wasn't that serious. If you wanted to fight, we could have fought then and there and da 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 da. So then she decides to start clowning the situation, turning it into a whole clowntation, basically gaslighting Scotty. So Scotty runs up on her like, you know, she was ready to hit her ass. And so so T was like, oh, you want to hit me because I called you a fruit? But I did notice that T would act like it was all fun and games when Scotty was in her face. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say she gaslighted her. When Scotty got close up on her, like, for instance, when she tried to hit her, like, T tried to gaslight her and make it seem like it wasn't that serious. But then, soon as the security would step in front of her, she'd be like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of my face. She got real aggressive whenever the security got close by. Then she had the audacity to say that Scotty didn't want to fight her till the cameras were on and the security were close by. This whoop de whoop. But my whole thing is, T, if you ask me, T is calling Scotty out for doing the exact thing that she's doing. Because from the first episode, when the other girls were on the Mac and Scotty was fighting, here was T being loud and belligerent in the background, being extra. Fight. Baddies, shot a clap. And then same thing went on the van. Like, she said that she got triggered or whatever because Woah Vicky was playing with God or whatever the case was, and she went to screaming and hollering. Like, and then so she screamed and yelled and cussed at Scotty. But my whole thing is, even if you was triggered, if you was upset with Woah Vicky, you should have took that shit out on Woah Vicky. Okay, so why wait till you get on the van and then want to make a moment for yourself and scream and yell and then target Scotty? So with that being said, T, you are the extra bitch, the same extra bitch that you be calling everybody else. It is definitely you. Okay. So anywho, I just feel like it. Oh yeah. And so Scotty was like, cause the security, they was pissing me off. Like, they wouldn't really I don't think it was going to turn into a fight anyway, because Scotty, like I said, she's not a violent type. She's like, I'm a killer, but don't push me type situation. You know what I'm saying? So she really didn't want to fight, but she was going to stand up for herself, you know? But T didn't want to fight either. Like I said, she talked all that buku shit, but she waited till security got close by. Any other time, she would gaslight Scotty and make it seem like it was just playing. It was just play or whatever. So Scotty just didn't want to hit her because she didn't know where the fuck the bitch was coming from. So anywho, Scotty says, oh, if it would have been one of y'all, she would have yelled that y'all would have punched her in her face. And I agree with that, because shit, I wanted to punch her in her face. I wanted to punch her right in the back of her throat. Punch her in the throat and let my fist imprint come to the back of her throat. Just punch her ass just that fucking hard. Because that's just how much screaming and yelling and shit talking that she was doing. So yes, I don't think Scotty's just not playing with these hoes this season, okay? Everybody thinks she's soft, and she's just not playing with them. So I'm not mad at her for standing up for herself, regardless to whether or not T really wanted to fight, which I can believe that she really didn't. Regardless of whether or not T wanted to fight her or whatever the case is, Scotty stood up for herself. So kudos to you, bitch. So anyway, when all the bullshit died down, Natalie was like, okay, listen, we on our way to the next house. Some of the girls are riding with me. Some of the guys are riding with you. Some of the girls are riding with you guys on this sprinter or whatever. Woo-de-woo. So anyway, she picked 3 girls to go with her. Scotty, of course, Rolly, and then she picked Natalie Lynn. goddamn, Mariah Lynn. So Here's the thing. She picked the girls according to their status, right? So she picked the girls who were OG baddies, right? So some people were mad and upset that I see in the comments that some people are upset that Camilla wasn't picked to go. First of all, this is Camilla's first season on the Baddies episode, okay, on the Baddies show, okay? She was on the Bad Girls Club. She's an OG in that perspective, but as far as this show concerned, this is a new brand, and she's a newbie. I'm sorry. You guys wanted her on the show. She's on the show, but she don't get all the perks and accolades. Okay, she got to earn her stripes just like everyone else, right? So yeah, but the thing that kind of confuses me though is the van. The van that the sprinter that the girls rode on the shit broke down, okay? So I low-key feel like Natalie knew that van was having problems, or that sprinter or whatever was having problems, so she went ahead and threw their ass on the sprinter, and she decided to take the PJ. But either way, I still feel like it was kind of shady, because when that sprinter broke down, it was daytime, literally daytime, when the girls had to get off the sprinter because it caught fire or some shit. And then by the time they got back into another vehicle, it was dark. Okay, so they were out there for some period of time. Meanwhile, Natalie has, said group of girls on the private plane ride with her on the way to the next location. That wasn't all that spiffy either, if you ask me, because the shit was only 30 minutes. It was only a 30-minute ride, okay? Whoop-de-doo. But the other girls, on the other hand, they had to suffer a little bit, all right? So I think that was kind of shady. Like, and even if she was going to take, like, certain girls, I just feel like she should have just, okay, well, I'm riding separately, da-da-da-da. I don't think she should have made a whole shit and kebab show of it, okay? So, anyway, Natalie and the girls that were with her, they ended up at the house first, of course. And so Natalie announces that 3 girls have left the show and that she will be bringing in some replacements. So the 3 girls that left the show was, of course, Vicky, Saya, and Krishan Rock. Okay, now, if you guys watched my previous recaps, I told you guys on the first episode that Vicky and Saya would not last. Now, of course, I already knew people were going to run Vicky ass off as soon as they got the chance, because nobody likes a fake Christian or a fake Bible thumper that's living a trife life, okay? If you're going to throw the Bible in people's faces, at least be living up to your name, okay? Vicky she came off as very inauthentic, and nobody had time for her. So I already knew that she wasn't going to last long on the show at all anyway. But then you have Saya. I told you guys, Saya is, if you ask me, she's too big to be on the show. But I get why she's on there to promote her music or whatever. Saya has been off the scene for a long time, okay? But the homegirl is a real artist, right? So I believe one of the reasons why she even came on the show was to promote her music, right? And so the setup, the whole situation, the setup that they had with all these different girls performing, I feel like back again, I'm going to say this because I said this before. Rolly said that only girls who were real performers, real artists should have performed, and I agree with her wholeheartedly. Only the girls who are real artists, has a catalog of music, should have been performing, okay? Because it's not fair for them to have to split profits or however it was, or to share spotlight with these girls who are unknown artists. They should work harder to get themselves up there, okay? It's not fair for them other girls to ride off their backs. But anywho, I can understand why, Saya just not feeling shit. You know what I'm saying? Because on that aspect, like, okay, I came here to promote my music. That kind of, that's kind of getting all fucked up. And then there's the whole nother thing. Saya's personality is more laid back, more logical thinking type. She's definitely not volatile and stuff like that. So she's not used to hanging around women, and the fact that she has to be around all of these different energies, the girls fighting and arguing 24/7. I think that was beginning to get to her because, like I said, that's not her vibe. That's not her speed. Okay. And then you have the whole situation with the private jet. Now, she claimed that she didn't feel no type of ways about it, but I could tell from the look on her face that she felt some kind of ways. Like, honestly, Saya's lifestyle, the way that she rock and roll, you know what I'm saying? She feels reduced. you know? So the fact that, you know, Natalie's picking certain girls to go on a private jet, like that's not something that's new to Saya. So this whole situation just has her feeling reduced, okay? But she said that she's leaving because they're on the East Coast and she has a family, one of her family members passed away, and it's just bringing up memories and stuff like that, and that she just need peace. I agree with that. I believe that she do need peace, and I do believe that that's part of the reason why she's leaving. But to be honest, she ain't keeping it funky. She need to be real about the whole setup. Like, this setup just ain't working for me, because I'll move on to find something else to do, you know? A whoop de whoop. So yeah, no surprise. I already told you. I will Vicky Saya, boom. I'm surprised she lasted this long. Anyway, Krishan Rock. So Krishan Rock decided to leave. Now, it was funny because there was a scene where she was in a Sprinter talking to Marsh and Jay and a couple of other people, her friends or whatever, and she was saying that they had just left church or whatever, woo woo. I literally was drinking something and spit out my damn juice, because I just felt like, bitch, you just left church after all this shit that you did and all this bullying and fucking and hits that you was putting out on bitches. Now you need to go to church and repent, okay? And so ultimately, her and her friends decided that the show wasn't good for her pregnancy. First of all, the show wasn't good for your pregnancy from the jump. You should have never been there, okay? And I said this once, I said it again. Krishan could have sat this season out and allowed her sister to go on there and handle her business, okay? You could have let your sister got her moment to shine. You know, the fact that Tashiki is your sister would have been enough of a presence for you, because everybody would have been like, okay, that's Krishan Rock's sister. You know what I'm saying? You don't let her do her big one, okay, while you pregnant. Why did you even come on the show in the first place? Krishan saying her game plan was to just kind of pretty much chill out and let, you know, Tashiki or whatever. Like I said, she wanted Tashiki to be her lapdog. And things didn't work out the way she planned, okay? Also, another thing, I just feel like I was upset when she said a little part about she gave a bitch too much clout and power. She was referring to Tashiki when she said that. I don't think that just reconfirms everything that I was saying about her. She just don't want her sister to be brighter than hers. And unfortunately, it doesn't matter that ultimately, when it comes to these type of situations, it don't matter if you're a relative, if you're a close friend or whatever. People are people, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes, you know, you get people that have this jealousy spirit in them, and doesn't matter who they are or who you are to them. It doesn't fucking matter. They don't want nobody to achieve more than them. You know what I'm saying? So Krishan Rock just didn't care about the fact that was her sister. She didn't take any accountability for having her sister jump. In fact, she tried to justify it. So if you ask me, girl, go ahead and go in peace. We all know that once she has that baby, she has a whole lineup of fucking issues that she's going to have to deal with. So we'll just leave that there. But anywho, Natalie also announces to the girls that the new girls, that one of the baddies, one of the replacements has arrived, okay? So she goes to the door to greet this replacement. And I ain't never seen this bitch get this happy and this excited. But anywho, she goes to the door and greet the replacement, who is Scarface. Scarface is the first replacement, okay? So, the cliffhanger from last episode, it showed Tashiki's face looking real, you know what I'm saying? Looking a little bit bothered. But I think for Tashiki, I think it's just like this. Listen, she probably initially felt some way towards Scarface. A little bit of background for those of you who don't know. Scarface and Krishan, which is Tashiki's sister, they got into altercation on another show, okay? So Krishan was fighting some girl, Scarface jumped in the fight and jumped her with this girl, okay? So there's been some animosity towards them two since then. Now, with that being said, Scarface really humbled herself at the auditions, because her and Krishan seen each other at the auditions. Krishan didn't want her on the show, period. But Natalie felt like, you know, giving a dog a bone. Ultimately, if you ask me, Scarface really humbled herself, okay? She was willing to get past any issue that she had with Krishan, but y'all already know Krishan, right now, she's not in the space to forgive or forget nothing. She just like, oh, you know what I'm saying? She whooping ass and taking names later. She don't care about nothing right now. She's feeling real big headed. So She just didn't want Scarface on the show. So when Tashiki first seen Scarface, knowing the history between her and her sister, she just was like, initially she felt some kind of way, but then she was like, ultimately my sister just had me jumped by her friends. Why would I be fighting another bitch on her behalf when she just set me up the way that she did? So if you ask me, I think that it'll really be something. It'll really be something if Scarface and Tasheki end up being cool. You know what I'm saying? I really think that them two girls could be cool. Because from what I seen of Scarface, she got hands just as well as Tasheki got hands too. So if they were to fight, hell, that'd be a good one. But I really would like to see these two girls be friends. Ultimately, what's the beef? Neither one of them has a real problem with each other. What's the beef? So that's the way that Tasheki looked on it. Now I did see people in the comments saying, "Oh, if that was my sister, regardless of whether or not I got jumped, I'd still be whoop de whoop whoop." No, listen, bitch. If your crazy ass sister told your ass to jump off the motherfucking bridge and commit suicide, is you gonna do that too? Listen, Krishan just had her jumped. Why the fuck would she go and initiate a problem on somebody else's behalf that don't give a fuck about her? Okay, same thing with DJ Scott. DJ Scott claimed that the reason she was fighting Ahna was because of Krishan. Well, guess what? Krishan is on the other side of the motherfucking world while y'all bitches over here. So why would she do that? Doesn't make any sense. Now, if for that person who made that comment, if you want to go and be a fucking crash dummy, by all means, but don't expect everybody else to think stupid like you. Okay. So with that being said, folks, so far, since I think are going to be interesting on tonight's episode, because it took me a little while to finish editing this video, so by the time it's done, it will drop probably a few hours before the tonight's episode come out. Either way, this is just a recap for you guys. With that being said, I'm out. Deuces. All right, folks, that was fun. I enjoyed myself. I hope you enjoyed this video, because if you made it to this part, you have watched the whole entire video. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to like this video if you like this video. If you don't, dislike this video. Hell, comment, talk your shit. Let's start a conversation, people. With that being said, I love you guys. Once again, thank you. I'm out. Bye.